What's going on, brothers and sisters? Shabbat shalom to each and every last one of you. Grace, peace, and many blessings to you all. I am your brother, Evangelist Majors, and it's time to deal with a particular topic tonight, a carryover of what we dealt with over the last couple days. Yesterday, we dealt with a particular topic on Esau, and of course, that particular lesson brought out, as I suspected, wickedness. So, brothers and sisters, you can count it all joy, because what happens is Hasatan is roaming free in the earth. And so, therefore, I suspect even tonight that we will also have wickedness show up. So, don't get distracted. It's all a part of the process. Even when the apostles were walking, they were minding their own business. And greetings to you all. Greetings to everyone who is jumping on and tuning in. Brother San Juan, Prophet, all of my sisters out there, I see all of you. Greetings to you all. Peace and many blessings to you all. We're going to deal with a particular topic tonight because we're always seeing, and I'm pretty sure all of you guys are always seeing, especially after the other night or yesterday afternoon, dealing with the particular topic of Esau and whatnot. And so the thing is, it's going to be pretty interesting. All right, tonight we're going to get into a particular topic and whatnot, and some of it does pertain to Esau, and some of it isn't. So let's get to it and deal with it, because it's a subject of conversation that is needed. It needed to be had, and therefore we're going to get into it. So what I'm going to do is now I'm going to allow Facebook to send out its invitation. Shalom to each and every last one of you. Grace, peace, and blessings to you all. Some people say they don't get Facebook invitations, so therefore I'm going to manually send them out while Facebook is sending them out as well. So bear with me for a second as we send out notifications via Facebook to our brothers and sisters so they can log in and see what's going on. All right. Thank you all for your patience once again as we get into the lesson. Again, thank you all for being patient so we can deal with it and move from there, right? Thank you all for your patience as we move forward, all right? Again, peace, bless to you all. I'm sending out manual invitations because a lot of brothers and sisters say they don't get them. And Facebook sent out invitations as well. I don't know why a lot of you don't get them, but we're going to go from there, all right? So thank you all for being patient with me as we move towards the lesson. All right. Thank you all for joining. Thank you all for being a part. Shalom, grace, peace, and many blessings to all my brothers and sisters out there who are just now joining as we get into the lesson. Again, as I said before, these type of particular lessons do bring out, it exposes wickedness. All right. There is a epidemic that is going on throughout the earth, an epidemic of what I consider and call, and many of the other brothers and sisters around. If you want to get the notification, brothers and sisters, definitely subscribe or go on, I think it's to the right side of the video, and it'll let you know, do you want to get future invitations? And just click subscribe or click get notifications or something like that. It'll say it at the top on the right, I think, of the video. But tonight we want to get into the particular subject of conversation that most of you who've come into the truth have always seen when it comes down to the concept of Revelations 13 and 9 about who's going into captivity. All right. This particular scripture is on memes. You have the so-called white man on memes in cotton fields, memes with chains around their neck, memes of all forms of things, of different graphics that suggest that Revelation 13 and 9 is equated to just the white man or the so-called white man. All right. Now, we have to be able to clarify. The thing is that if you do not be responsible and fully convert, the thing is hatred can blind you. For many brothers are mad at the condition that they're in, and so they want to equate or take it out and suggest that the reason why the condition that we're in as African Americans or so-called African Americans is because the white man. Brothers and sisters, if you look at the scriptures, from the spirit, if you look at the scriptures after being fully converted, you would clearly see that it's of our own fault. You would clearly see that those who broke the covenant, your forefather, your foreparents, they put you in the condition. And then we continue to perpetuate the condition. And while at the same time wanting to point fingers and put the blame on every other nation. And so therefore, because we have not been fully converted and hatred has blinded us to the truth, we take and manipulate the scriptures. Now, I'm not sitting up here denying the fact that the Most High God is not going to deal with Esau. I would be a fool for even suggesting that the Most High God is not going to deal with Esau. But I also cannot sit up here and suggest that we clearly seen in scriptures the other day in Amos chapter number 9, where the Most High God said that he is going to reserve a remnant out of Edom. Then when you start getting into Obadiah and all these other areas of scripture, he talks about destroying, annihilating Edom. Then I read you in Romans chapter number 1. All right, not Romans chapter 1, but in the book of Romans, we read about how it is the Most High God who decided to love Jacob and hate Esau. Now, does that mean that because of the fact that he decided to love Jacob and hate Esau, does that mean that he doesn't have the right to reserve who he wants or who he chooses? Absolutely not. He has the right to do whatever he wants. The thing is, we need to play our position and let him play his position. We ourselves, we need to do our job and let him do his job. And when he needs us, he'll call on us and tell us. The problem is we got too many people trying to force the Messiah's hand or force the Most High God's hand to do and move ahead of schedule. It doesn't work that way. He does what he wants. When he wants. It's the same thing when Moses was standing talking to the children of Israel. He said clearly, Moses was speaking to Israel. And he said, if you do not, Deuteronomy 28, if you do not keep these things are going to happen to you. Now, mind you, they died off. But the curses and the prophecies in which was spoken happened to the generations later. So it's the same thing with Edom. The Most High said, I'm going to destroy Edom. While at the same time him saying, I'm going to reserve a remnant of them and wipe out the rest. It's the same notion of saying that I'm going to save Israel as an everlasting salvation, but I'm also going to kill 2/3 of Israel. You see how that works? He does what he wants. He doesn't function and do what you want him to do. And the problem is too many people have allowed Hasatan to sneak into their hearts, which blinds their eyes. And these things, these scriptures are parables to them. They can't comprehend it. They can't understand it. It's because they're simply not functioning according to the Spirit. I'm going to save Israel with an everlasting salvation. And I'm also going to kill 2/3 of Israel. I'm going to destroy Edom, but I'm also going to reserve a remnant to be servants in the kingdom. He's going to destroy Israel and save some. He's going to destroy Edom and reserve some. See how that works? But hatred will cause you to use scriptures as a weapon of mass destruction, when the target was never intended for one particular people, but your hatred will cause you to turn the gun to make the target before those particular people without looking at yourself in the mirror. Wake up. Wake up. Wake up. Don't allow anybody to dictate your steps. The only person that is supposed to dictate your steps is the Lord. You have to open your eyes spiritually. Open your ears so you can hear spiritually. Until you're fully converted, these scriptures are mere parables to you. You can't comprehend them. And the only ones that you'll be able to see is the ones that the hate is guiding your eyes to see. The Most High said, before we get into our lesson, he said, I'm going to send a nation against you from afar. He said, I am going to do it. But see, you don't have the courage. Brothers walk around like they're men. Oh, I'm a man because I know these scriptures. I'm a man because I wear this garment. I'm a man because I know my nationality, my heritage. But you're not man enough to step to the Most High God. You're not man enough to put the blame on your foreparents. But you hide behind the scriptures. You hide behind the crew. And you point fingers. You point out everybody else's sin while being blinded to your own. Before we get into this lesson, we have to establish something. We have to establish something. We have to identify what is driving you. And that's the hate. That's the hate. And your pride won't allow you to admit it because you've gotten so far deep in the crap of hate until your pride won't allow you to turn back. But the pride that you control, or the pride that's controlling you, that pride that won't allow you to turn back, is the very pride that's going to lead you to this edge of destruction. Pride always comes before the fall. The fall may not get you today. The fall may not get you tomorrow. The fall may not get you next week. But the fall is going to get you. You're standing on the edge. You're walking blind while seeing. Your eyes are wide shut. You're getting mad at the belt and not getting mad at the parent, because you know the parent will get you even more. But the day is coming. The day is coming. Now let's get into our lesson. Turn me in your Bibles to Deuteronomy chapter number 32. Deuteronomy chapter number 32. Deuteronomy chapter number 32. There's nothing wrong with not trusting him. It's a totally different situation. It's a difference between not trusting and hating. All right. Deuteronomy 32, verse 35. Let's establish. Deuteronomy 32, 34. Deuteronomy 32 and 34. Is it not this laid up in store with me and sealed up amongst my treasure? To me belongeth vengeance. See, this is the problem. You want the vengeance. You're declaring that you're speaking on the behalf of the Creator, when in actuality, you're really speaking for yourself, hiding behind the name of the Creator. You're declaring and speaking things that was never sanctioned for you to speak. Or you declare something and you want the Most High God to move on your declaration when he never authorized you to say it. He said, to me belongeth vengeance. To me belongeth vengeance. To me belongeth vengeance. Let's keep looking. And recompense. Their foot shall slide in due time. See, the Most High God is orchestrating everything. The Most High God is orchestrating everything. Let's keep rolling. For the day of their calamity is at hand, and the things that shall come upon them make haste. He said in due time, not your time. See, brothers got to step out the way. You got to step back. It is not your business. It is not your position to declare who's going into captivity. Christ never sanctioned or suggested or gave you any authority to go and tell any other nation where they going. He told you to go into the world and make disciples of men. He didn't tell you to go tell nobody where they going. See, that's the problem. We want to be so quick to tell everybody else where we're going, and we haven't even punched our own ticket yet. This is the issue that the Creator have with you, Israel. You're so quick. You haven't even punched your own ticket. You haven't even arrived. You ain't endured into the end yet. You don't know when the time comes, are you going to be able to stand? Yeah, you can say it right now. You can say it right now. Anybody can say it right now. While things are going good. I hear Christians all the time talking about they're going to die for the Lord. I hear brews all the time talking about they'll die for this truth. But some of y'all ain't going to make it. Some of y'all ain't going to make it. And the very ones that's going around declaring where everybody else going, they're going to be the main ones fold under pressure. You ain't going to make it. You got to understand something. Do your job. Go into the world, preach the gospel, make disciples of men. You preach them out and let the Most High sort them out. You don't have no, He's not giving you no marker. He is not giving you a marker. The Most High is not giving you a marker and a piece of paper and tell you to do a check-off list. How you going to check off somebody else's name while you got to stand in line for your name to be checked off? How can you standing in line too? As a matter of fact, you, Israel, why you running around judging everybody else? Dig this. Why you running around judging everybody else, telling everybody else where they going? I want you to listen real careful. Christ and the apostles, they're going to sit on thrones and they're going to judge you. How you like that? The Most High ain't playing. You take this Bible and you use it as a weapon of mass destruction improperly? Christ told the apostles, when we get in the kingdom, you're going to sit on thrones with me. And we're going to judge the 12 tribes. While the other nations stand in line to be dealt with by the Father. But you, Israel, you getting judged by the apostles. Now walk. Now, if your walk ain't lined up with the apostles' doctrine, if your walk not lined up with the way Christ told the apostles to walk, your judgment is going to be harsh. You're going to get it, man. You are going to get it. And the Most High is not playing. Christ is not playing. That's why they're going to judge you. Because you are carrying the book. And you are supposed to know how to teach the book. But you out here on the corner cussing people out. You looking at every other nation that's walking the face of the earth and you telling other nation where they going. While at the same time, you ain't punched your ticket. You ain't even got on the plane yet. You got your own ticket to get on this flight, but you trying to tell everybody else in the whole airport what flight they need to get on and where they going at. you can't get on this plane with me. You can't get on it. But yet, you ain't even passed the ticket counter to get your ticket scanned yet. But you telling everybody else they can't get on the plane. And while you telling everybody else they can't get on the plane, the boarding door closed and the jet bridge is being pulled back. And you missed the flight. Christ ain't playing with y'all. Keep on misusing these scriptures. Keep on using these scriptures as a form of oppression. It's coming. You want to know who's going into captivity? We're going to find out. You want to know who's going to get put to death? 2/3 of y'all. You know who's going to be the one saying, did we not prophesy in your name? Did we not cast out devils in your name? 2/3 of y'all. I'm talking to y'all who's supposed to know better. But obviously you don't. Because you're too occupied trying to get the plank out of somebody else's eye. Better get your act together. Deuteronomy, let's turn with me to the book of Hebrews. The book of Hebrews, chapter number 10. Hebrews chapter number 10, verse number 30. Hebrews chapter number 10, verse number 28. Hebrews 10 and 28. He that despiseth Moses' law dieth without mercy under 2 or 3 witnesses. Of how much sore punishment suppose ye? Listen to this. I want y'all to listen to this. All right? Of how much sore punishment suppose ye? Shall he be thought worthy who have trodden under foot the Son of God and hath counted the blood of the covenant wherewith he was sanctified an unholy thing and have done despite unto the Spirit of grace? Verse number 30. For we know him that hath said, vengeance belongeth unto me. I will recompense, saith the Lord. Again, the Lord shall judge his people. Brothers and sisters, Christ and the apostles, they're going to judge you, Israel. Better be real careful. Now, we just read that in Deuteronomy. Now, we see Paul quoting from Deuteronomy. We're establishing something here. You've forgotten. You've forgotten, Israel. You've forgotten that you yourselves going to be judged. You're too busy running around trying to judge others while you're in the flesh. And you have forgotten that the Most High going to judge you in the spirit. You forgot. You've gotten self-righteous. You forgot. See, before we go into who's going into captivity, it's important that we establish that you ain't made it yet. Better wake up. This is a wake-up call. It's a wake-up call to you. You've forgotten that your judgment is going to be even harsh. your judgment is going to be even harsh. Turn me in the book of Genesis. Since the topic of conversation is always about Esau, since the topic of conversation is always about Esau going into captivity, I got a question for you, Israel. Got a question for you. Genesis chapter number 3, verse number 1. Now the serpent was more subtle than any beast of the field, which the Lord God had made. Wait a minute. The Lord God made the serpent subtle. You forgot about that. He's the creator of all things. He creates good and he creates evil. You forgot. You think that evil just woke up and decided to choose a vessel? You don't think the Most High God, who created the subtle serpent, you don't think he chose what vessel the evil will partake in? Come on, man. Y'all forgetting. Y'all forgetting. Absolutely, I agree, Brother Cornelius. But we got to make it first. I absolutely agree with you on that. But we got to make it first. All right, let's keep rolling. Verse number 3. Now the serpent was more subtle than any beast of the field. The serpent was more subtle than any beast of the field. The serpent was more subtle than any beast of the field. Let's keep reading. Which the Lord God had made. And he said unto the woman, Yea, have God said, Ye shall not eat of every tree in the garden? Verse number 2. And the woman said unto the serpent, We may eat of the fruit of the tree of the garden. Verse 3. But of the fruit of the tree which is in the midst of the garden, God has said, Ye shall not eat of it, neither shall ye touch it, lest ye die. Verse number 4. And the serpent said unto the woman, Ye shall not surely die. Let me ask y'all brothers and sisters something. We're always talking about Esau. Where was Esau in the garden? What was the so-called white man in the garden? That we try to say every white man is from Esau. All I see is Adam, Eve, the creator, and the serpent. Where was Esau in the garden? Can somebody answer that? Where was Esau in the garden? See, that's the point they're missing. See, that's the difference when you function in the spirit versus the hatred that's of the flesh. Again, for those who just not joining, this is no denial that the Most High is not going to deal with Esau or Edom. But my question is, where was Esau in the garden? This is a spiritual matter that you forgot. You think this is about flesh and blood. See, if you just think evil care about color, you're missing it. If you think Hasatan think about color, you're missing it. You're missing it, man. You're forgetting. See, this is why I tell brothers and sisters, it's okay. It's nothing wrong with having the spirit of the law. There's nothing wrong with having that. But if you ain't got the spirit of Christ and the law, you're doomed. You're a Pharisee. And unfortunately, many brothers out here, they ain't got the spirit. They don't understand gifts. They don't understand offices. They don't understand nothing. All they got is a bunch of head knowledge. The Pharisees had head knowledge, but no spirit. That's what made the disciples. That's what made the apostles. That's what made Christ deadly. You don't want to impact and do work for the kingdom? You better have some spirit. All that head knowledge and no spirit, it's nothing. It's nothing. You best to get the spirit, man. The spirit is one who's going to bring revelation. Again, you can search all the many books to no end. But if you ain't got that spirit, you ain't going to make it. You're not going to endure unto the end without the spirit. I'm going to tell you that straight up. Those of you, you can't think you got it. That's the problem. Your emotions confuse you. Your emotions make you think you got it. Emotions and thinking, it will send you to hell every time. Knowing about the Creator and knowing the Creator is two totally different things. In order to know Him, you got to have the Spirit. You can't think. Time is too close. Things are getting lined up. It's too dangerous in the time that we're living in to think you got something. You can't think. You better know it. Because in order to endure the son of perdition, you better know God. Because, listen, it's a such thing as the dead in Christ. It's those who died naturally of natural causes who was in this truth. But then it's going to also be some that are the dead in Christ who are going to lose their life. Now the question is, you don't know if you're going to be in the number. You don't know if you're going to be the ones who are running and hiding or the ones who's looking at who's standing on the gun line or the one who's about to get his head chopped off. You can't think you have it. Antichrist don't care about what church you go to. He's not going to care about if you call him Jesus, Yahweh, Yeshua. He don't care if you are a part, what denomination you're a part of. He's not going to care what camp you're a part of, whether you Messianic or non-Messianic. His whole premise is for you to bow to him. Y'all forget that. Y'all forget that. When you round up and they getting ready to put you to death, they ain't going to say, IUIC stand over there. GOCC stand over there. Israel of God stand over there. They're not going to say, I need all the Baptists over here, the Pentecostals in the middle. No. Each and every last one of y'all going to be stripped. Thrown in the same color uniform. Or stripped butt naked in your birthday suit. Y'all forget that. You can't think you got this. You better know it. Because the time coming It's coming, y'all. Let's keep reading. Let's get into our lesson. Revelation 13 and 10. This is the particular verse where you always see somebody white. Now, I showed y'all yesterday. That there was some white people, or those that are considered white, who look white, but their father was Negro and their mother was European, and they took on more of their mother's features in complexion. Then I showed y'all some folks who had European fathers and black mothers, and they took on the complexion of the mother. Now, if you looking and walking down the street and you one of these brothers who bang on color, you'll see a white brother or you'll see a brother or sister walking down the street and they look white. And guess what? The first thing you saying is they go to devil. They go that white devil. Hey, you know you're going to be my slave, don't you? You know you're going to captivity, don't you? This person that you identified that you're talking to got a Negro father and a white mother. And guess what? Now you just violated a commandment by not loving your brother as yourself. And the Most High God will do it just to expose you. And if you don't get it right, he'll expose you to stop from killing you. That's the reason why Christ came and brought the grace. Now, check this out. Let me give you some even more information. What about the brother and the sister that's walking down the street? Now, 5 generations back, his father was Negro. His mother was European. He takes on the white complexion. Then he marries a white woman. Now, mind you, his complexion looks European. But guess what? His complexion looked European. He's married a white woman, but yet he has Israelite blood in his veins. Now he's married a white woman, and now they have kids, and their kids come out looking even whiter. They have a son. That son's married another white woman. Then that son's married another white. Now mind you, he looked white, but the Israel blood is flowing through his veins. 10 generations later, that same white person that you seen walk down the street was a part of his lineage. His 10-generation grandfather, who looked white, had Israel flowing through his veins. You're going to be judged for that. See, the Most High God, he knows, he got angels on posts being scribes, writing and taking notes of what you're doing. And that is going to be in your report. You better get yourself together. You better get yourself together, man. Let's keep rolling. This is the famous verse, Revelation 13 and 10. All right. He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. He that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword. Now, mind you, it's awfully funny when I'm looking at these pictures and these memes and these posts and all these posters when they're on the street corner, when they're on Facebook, when all these different things. All these different things being posted, right? Why don't they ever finish off verse 10? See, the key to understanding Revelation 3 and 10, 13 and 10 is after the period of sword. It says, here is the patience of the saints. Why is it saying that? Why is it saying, here is the patience of the saints? They use whosoever lead them to captivity, he must go into captivity. Whosoever killed with a sword must be killed with a sword. The white man killed with a sword. The white man took us in captivity and all these different things. Now, mind you, the Most High God sent the white man to do it because you wasn't living right, but yet you still failed and missed the point. That Revelation 13 and 10, you forget to add, or you intentionally don't add. Here is the patience of the saints. Let's see what this is talking about. Start at verse number 1. Now they talk all this precept upon precept, line upon line, all this stuff, Israel. But when it comes to Revelation 13 and 10, line upon line is what gives you the context to verse number 10. Let's get it understood. Let's get context. Verse number 1. And I stood upon the sand. This is John talking. I stood upon the sand of the sea and saw a beast rise up out the sea. So we see that John is dealing with a beast, a power, or political power, or something of authority that is led or run by Satan himself. If you start from Revelation chapter 1 and you get to verse 13, you'll find out that this system, which is a beast system, is being ran by the dragon himself, who is spirit. But yet, he was given the authority or the sanctioning to use a particular nation. Let's keep reading. And I stood upon the sand of the sea and saw a beast rise up out the sea, having 7 heads and 10 horns. And upon the horns 10 crowns. And upon his head the name of blasphemy. Let's keep reading. And the beast which I saw was like unto a leopard, and his feet were the feet of a bear. Now, I'm going to come back later on, and I'm going to do a lesson on this, giving y'all the symbolic understanding of what these leopards and all this stuff look, all these different symbolisms, because John is writing because he's in prison. And they don't want the Romans to find out what he's writing about. But he's writing to the churches who understand symbolic understanding. All right? Who understands symbolic terms. They've been taught what colors mean. They've been taught what these symbolisms mean. The problem is today, the Christian church haven't been taught that. That's the reason why they get it wrong. All right? But again, let's deal with the topic at hand. Verse number, let's keep reading. And his mouth as the mouth of a lion, and the dragon gave him his power. So the dragon, Satan himself, gives this beast, which is a system, its power. Okay? And the Most High God gives the dragon the authority to use the system. All right? Use the system. He gives him the authority because Hasatan can't do what he wants. He still has to get permission. And the permission and the things that he does is still going to turn right back around and bring glory to the Father. But these things got to come to pass because men in the earth are wicked. The earth is given into the hands of the wicked. That's why the Most High God is giving him a short span of time to do his thing. All right, let's keep reading here. And his seat and great authority. Verse 3. And I saw one of his heads as it were wounded to death. And a lot of y'all who've been following me, some of y'all have been seeing when I did the breakdown on identifying who the dragon or who the beast system is. All right. I'll come back and do that another time because John gave us specific colors and all these different things. All right. Good night, Sister Queen Virtue. All right. Let's keep reading here. And his deadly wound was healed, and all the world wondered after the beast. And they worshiped the dragon, which gave power unto the beast. And they worshiped the beast, saying, all right, let's keep reading. Let's go back. Verse number 4. All right. Verse number 3. Let's start at verse number 3. I want to show y'all something. And I saw one of his heads which were wounded, and his deadly wound was healed. And all the world, not just white people. See, this is the thing. The Bible will expose the wicked things in your heart, man. All right? This ain't talking about the world of Israel. For y'all brothers that want to be wicked and try to talk about, oh, that's talking about. No, that's not talking about. This is not the same context. You got cosmos and you got eon. All right? When dealing with the world. This ain't the same John 3:16 world. This ain't talking about the world of Israel. It's talking about all the world marvel. Every race, every color, every nation. This is what this is talking about. The Most High gonna expose your agendas, man, tonight. Let's keep reading. And his deadly wound was healed, and all the world wondered after the beast. Every nationality wondered after the beast. Those who followed the beast and those who hated the Most High and hated the Son, the Messiah. Let's keep reading. Verse number 4. And they worshiped. Not only did they marvel, not only did every nation on the planet marvel after the beast system, but they worshiped the devil too. They worshiped the devil. And we're going to find out why. We're going to break this thing all the way down. All this lies and hatred doctrine after the night, just like last night, just like yesterday, we killed all that Esau stuff. All right. Now, again, let me reiterate myself. I'm not saying that the Most High ain't going to deal with Esau, but also he did say in Amos 9 that he's reserving a small number. All right. Now, let's keep reading. And they worshiped the dragon, which gave the power unto the beast. And they worshiped the beast, saying, who is like unto the beast? Who is able to make war with him? So the beast is going to be making war with the remnant who keeping the commandments. Meaning that the beast system is going to be multicultural. It's going to be several nationalities that's a part of the beast system. And I'm going to show you. I'm going to show you. Let's keep reading. Verse number 5. And there was given unto him a mouth speaking great thing. There was given unto him. It was given for a particular purpose. He didn't just get it on his own. Man didn't give it to him. The Creator did. Let's keep reading. And there was given unto him a mouth speaking with great things and blasphemies, and power was given unto him to continue 42 months. Verse 6. And he opened his mouth and blasphemed against God, to blaspheme his name and his tabernacle, and them that dwell in heaven. Let's keep rolling. All right, let's keep rolling here. And it was given unto him to make war with the saints. So the beast system, with all its nations and nationalities, are going to make war with you believers. Kids upstairs, going to make war with you believers. Let's keep reading. And to overtake and to overcome it. Wait a minute. Hold on. Hold on a second. Some of you going to die. Now the question is, how are you going to go out? That's why I say we got to endure unto the end. We ain't punched our ticket yet. I ain't punched my ticket yet, brothers and sisters. We all got to go through the fire. We can't have the mentality that we have arrived yet. That's the problem. Brothers and sisters have a mentality as though they've arrived because they've awakened into who they are. Just because you've awakened, that don't mean you've arrived yet. Awakening is the first step in the process. You ain't passed the test yet. Keep reading. And it was given to him. It was given to him. It was given to him to make war with the saints and to overcome them. And power was given him over all kindreds and all tongues and all nations. Not just the white man. You forgetting that. See, that's what see, this is the problem. You are forgetting it, man. Every picture and every post I see is always white man, you going in the slave, white man and white man. You're forgetting. All the nations going to hate you. All the nations going to hate. If you following Christ, you keeping his commandments, the nations going to hate you. Let's keep reading. Verse number 8. And all that dwell upon the earth shall worship him, whose names are not written in the book of life of the Lamb slain from the foundation of the world. If any man have an ear, let him hear. If you white, black, Puerto Rican, or Asian, if you got an ear, listen. All this stuff about just looking at somebody, all this stuff about looking at somebody and trying to determine what they are, it's above your pay grade, man. Keep the commandments. Accept Christ. Yes, we're not saying we deny who we are. We're not denying who we are. This lesson isn't even about denying who we are. But you need to step to the back and sit your behind down somewhere with trying to look at somebody and determine who they are. Let the Spirit reveal their wickedness. Some of y'all bruise wicked too. Some of y'all just as wicked as the so-called white man y'all call. Y'all call the white man this, the white man that. Some of y'all just as wicked as the one y'all calling wicked. Come on, man. Makes no sense. Let's keep reading. If any man have an ear, let him hear. He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. He that kill with the sword must be killed with the sword. Why is he saying that? Because he's telling you that the beast system that is made up of all nationalities, all of them, I just read to you in the beginning, vengeance belongs to the Lord, not you. He is going to get revenge on all those nations that come against you, those who keep the commandments, the remnant of them. I don't have time to run around here looking at what color you are and all this. He said, my sheep know my voice. So if you know his voice, you're following his word, you keeping his commandments. And if you're doing that, count yourself a sheep. But if you not, then you will be destroyed. You will be destroyed. And the scriptures is clear in Revelation 13. This ain't talk about no white man. That wicked doctrine. This here is the truth. The Most High God is saying, listen, they are coming after you. And you hold firm to your faith. You do not bow. You do not give in. You stand firm even unto death. For if you lose your life, I will still avenge you in the next. Whosoever take you and place you in a prison, which is captivity. Whosoever lay hold on you and deliver you to be put to death, I shall kill them with the sword. Here is the patience. Here is the patience. Why is he saying here is the patience to those that believe? He's saying here is the patience because it's going to seem like I'm not coming fast enough, because y'all are going to be killed by the thousands. Y'all going to be tortured by the thousands. Here is the patience of the saints, because this system that is going to be oppressing you, those which believe, the system that is oppressing you, it's only going to be a remnant, brothers and sisters, that's keeping God's commandments. And those who are, the system is coming after. But here, I want you to have patience. If any man have an ear, let him hear. This is what he's talking about. He's talking about being patient through the drama. Be patient through the hard time. He said, you're going to have patience, because it's going to seem like I'm not coming. And I need you to stand firm. I'm telling you, if you got an ear, listen. So when the time comes, you'll know that I got to stand. I can't give in, even unto death. This ain't talking about no white people with chains on them in no cornfields. This ain't talking about no white people with shackles around their neck, be kissing your boots. It's talking about the nations that are going to be against you. The nations ain't afraid of nobody standing on the corner who teaching hate. The Pharisees, the Romans, they weren't afraid of no Christ. I mean, the Pharisees and the Romans, they weren't fearful of Christ because Christ was running around acting a fool. They were afraid of Christ because of the way he had character and the words that he used with character. And he was a threat with the way he was teaching against a system. The system ain't afraid of nobody running around here. This is a spiritual thing. The system that is anti-Christ is afraid of those who walk like Christ. The system that is anti-Christ is fearful of them who walk like Christ. The system that is anti-Christ is not fearful of them who walk around with hatred in their heart, who walk around with big arrogancy. No, it's afraid of those who walk with the fruits of the Spirit. It's afraid of those because it's contagious. When you walk like Christ, everybody wants to know what you got because they want it. When you act like a Pharisee and a hypocrite, everybody run from you. You ain't attracting nobody. The only people that you are attracting are those who have the same mentality of being a hypocrite, being a Pharisee, being a Sadducee. But when Christ walked, his name, people were running to him. They wanted to run to him. They wanted to be around him. People were running from the Pharisees. Those who are the true disciples of Christ. People run to you. They're attracted to you. They want to know, what is it that you got? How did you get that? Whatever that is you got, I want it. What? I don't care what it takes. I don't care what I got to push away from. But that's on that corner, those that are on YouTube who teaching hate and acting crazy, I don't want no parts of that. But you, brother and sister, that's walking, that's Christ. That is walking like Christ. And that is what's attractive. John is saying, here is the patience of the saints. Because people are coming after you. They aren't coming after you because you say you believe. They're coming after you because you're walking out what you say you believe. All praise to the Most High God. Hallelujah. They're coming after you because you're walking in what you say you believe. Your walk is greater than anything you can say out of your mouth. That's why you can't have works without faith. You can't declare and not live it. Let's get some things understood. Let's get some more. We ain't finished right there. Now, Revelation chapter number 10. He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. Those who, because you're going to be put in captivity. You're going to be thrown in jail. You're going to be put to death. And the Lord say, vengeance belongs to me. Because when I judge righteously. If I let you judge, you're going to judge with your emotions. And the Most High God ain't into emotionalism. He's a righteous judge. Let's keep rolling. Now, turn with me over to Matthew chapter number 24. Since we were in Revelation 13, about all the nations that's against you. Amen, Pastor Kelly. Let's keep rolling. Matthew chapter number 24. Christ said, here is the patience of the saints. John said, here is the patience of the saints. Now let's see what Christ said. Matthew chapter number 24. We're going to start at verse number 8. All these are the beginnings of sorrows. Again, here is the patience of the saints. Then shall they deliver you up to be afflicted. Those who put you in captivity. Those who killed you with the sword. These are the very those. Then shall they deliver you up to be afflicted, and shall kill you, and ye shall be hated of all nations for my name's sake. All nations. Again, we read in Revelation 13, it said all nations as well. This is what this is about. All nations. Not just one group of people. All nations. They're going to deliver you up, put you in captivity, kill you with the sword. They're going to hate you for my name's sake. Remember, the beast system and the people who follow them blaspheme God, blaspheme the heavenly hosts. These are the same individuals. Those who hate the Most High God are going to hate his people and hate anybody that is keeping his commandments, that's following him. Not just those who give lip service, said, I love him. Those people, they're going to turn. The people who just give lip service, they're not going to make it anyway. They're going to give in. They're going to take the mark. It's the remnant that's keeping the commandments that he's coming after. All right. Now, strong concordance. All right. Let's deal with this thing. Captivity. All right. Greek number 3860. Let's see what does captivity and deliver you up. Let's see is it the same understanding. Let's get to it. All right. Deliver. To give into the hands of another. To give over into one's power or use. To give or deliver up one in custody, captivity. To be judged, putting you to death. Condemn, putting you to death. Punish, putting you to death. Tormented, putting you to death. And finally, put to death. Deliver you up is the same term as captivity. So whosoever puts you in the captivity or deliver you up during this time, the Most High say he's going to avenge you. That's why he said, here is the patience of the saints. Let's keep reading. Verse number 10. And then shall many be offended and shall betray one another and shall hate one another. Many going to be offended and betray one another. That means that brother that you say is your brother in your church or your camp, it's going to get so crucial. He going to turn. He going to take the mark. And then he going to turn on you and turn you in. He's going to turn on you and turn you in. To be delivered up. To be in captivity. To be afflicted. To be put to death. And shall betray one another and shall hate one another. All right, let's keep reading here. What else we got? Verse number 11. And many false prophets shall rise and shall deceive many. And because iniquity, because sin is in the earth at an all-time high, meaning that godliness is only going to be amongst the remnant. The magnitude of sin is going to be throughout the world in every nation on the face of the planet. But only the remnant is going to display the righteousness amongst one another. That's where the love, that's where the righteousness is going to be amongst those who are in the remnant together. But the world itself is going to be outright wicked. It's on its pace there now. It's on its pace right now to the world entirely being wicked. Let's keep reading. And because iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold. Verse number 13. But he that shall endure unto the end, the same shall be saved. Here is the patience of the saints. But he that endures unto the end, the same shall be saved. You've awakened to the truth, but you ain't arrived yet. You still got to endure in order to reign with Christ 1,000 years. You still got to endure. You still have to endure. Still have to endure. Let's keep reading. But he that shall endure unto the end, the same shall be saved. Now we just read in Revelation. Where he said, here is the patience of the saints. And now we're reading here now. He which endures unto the end. Endurance. You got to go through. Make it to the end. Have patience. When everybody else around you, dying, losing their lives, running, trying to hide, you got to be patient and wait for your deliverance. Let's keep reading. Jump over to verse number 22. Here is the patience of the saints. Verse 22. And except those days shall be shortened, there should no flesh be saved. But for the elect's sake, those days shall be shortened. Whosoever endures unto the end, the same shall be saved. Here is the patience of the saints. It's exactly what he's saying. Let's keep rolling. All right, let's jump over here. We're going to go to, let's jump back over to Matthew 24:9. Then shall they deliver you up to be afflicted. Now, we just read in Revelation that all nations is going to be against you. Now, in 9, we see the same thing. They're going to deliver you up to be afflicted. But the all nations hating you, Israel, the all nations hating you, shalom to you as well, brother Israel. All the nations hating you didn't just start in the new covenant, in the New Testament. It started before that. Psalm chapter 83. Psalms 83, verse number 1. All the nations been hating you. It's nothing new. Psalms 83:1. Keep not thy silence, O God. Hold not thy peace, and be not still, O God. For lo, thy enemies make a tumult, and they that hate thee. See that? Listen to the Psalms. They that hate thee. They that hate thee. We just read in Revelation 13 where it talks about the dragon, all nations hating the Creator, blaspheme the Creator, and blaspheme all that is in heaven. In Psalm 83, same thing. They've been hating the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. This ain't nothing new, y'all. But some reason, brothers today who want to use the Bible as a weapon to get off, to get they get back, to get they, their testosterone off, standing on the corner acting crazy. It's no different than the Pharisees and the Sadducees, man. All head knowledge and no spirit. You can have all the head knowledge in the world, but a brother or sister who got the head knowledge and the spirit, you can't compete with it. Because the spirit of the Most High God is going to bring clarity. Those of us in this truth, we use the scriptures to wake the people up. I'm not concerned about all that other stuff, man. Preach them out. Let God sort them out. Then we move from there. It's above my pay grade to be worried about all this other stuff that he never commissioned me to do. Go into the world and make disciples of men. That's your job. Vengeance is mine. That's my job. Your job is not vengeance. Your job is just to preach the gospel in the world. And once we come to that and stop trying to be God Jr. and do our job, then things will become more clear to you. But when you got hidden agendas, the Spirit going to reveal it every time. Let's keep reading. For lo, the enemies make a tumult and they hate thee, and they hate thee, have lifted up the head. They have taken crafty counsel against thy people and consulted against thy hidden ones. They have said, come, let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance. For they have consulted together. This ain't just the white man. It's your problem, man. You're so blinded by your hate, you ain't even focusing, paying attention on the other people that's involved, that is being headed by the dragon himself. There's nothing the man can't do. Man can't do nothing to you. See, the way we think about the devil and the way we think about all these things is totally different than the way the foreparents thought about him. You don't hear them in the scriptures always talking about no devil and all the devil, this, devil, that. No, when something went down that they knew was evil, they say God did it. But y'all so quick to get a white man credit. When the Most High said, I'm going to send a nation far, I'm going to send them against you. They ain't coming on their own. They're not coming because they want to get you. They coming after you because I'm going to send them, because you don't want to keep your end of the deal. And you continue to blame everybody else but yourself. It's a shame, man. It's a shame. Let's keep reading. Verse 6. The tabernacles of Edom. Edom there. Moabite there. The Hagarenes are there. Gebel, Ammon, Amalek, Philistines, the inhabitants of Tyre, ancient Africans there. Assur, the Syrians there, is joined with them and hope in the children of Lot. Do unto them as unto the Midianites, as to Sisera, as to Jabin at the brook of Kishon. Oh, there, man. Every nation is going to hate you. But this time, every nation is going to hate you and hate whoever's following that God that you follow. Let's keep rolling. Let's get some more. All right. Jump over to Revelation chapter number 12. Revelation chapter number 12. Revelation 12, verse 9. Let's keep bringing it out. Let's keep bringing it out. Those who are wicked, no matter what. Some of y'all who are Israel, y'all going into captivity too. You got brothers and sisters who don't know or who ain't coming to this truth. Who ain't coming to this truth. You got brothers and sisters who Israel that ain't came into the truth, but they still Israel by blood. They going to captivity too. They going to be put to death too. Because they who don't know who they are going to turn on you. And those of you who know who you are going to be in the 2/3. You really think? See, the whole portion about the captivity, you think that's chains and all this kind of stuff. The whole purpose of the captivity is for judgment. It's that lake burning with fire. That's the judgment of those who put you in captivity. That lake that burned with fire, that's the whole purpose of them going into captivity. You think they going into captivity and they gonna be your slave in the kingdom. You think that you're gonna do them like they did Kunta Kinte. That's what you think. You think they gonna do you think you're gonna have the opportunity like our God is some kind of torture fiend. The way you present God, it just shows me how you think of God. Show me the carnality in your being, that you have no spirit. You think God is a torture freak? You act like God is one of these people on Saw. Let us see folks tortured and skinned alive and all this. Come on, what are you talking about? He don't get off for being a torture freak. Just put you to death and get it over with. See, the God that you created and made up, that's the torture freak. That ain't the creator of heaven and earth. See, your God, not the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, but your God is a torture freak. That just show you how wicked you is. See, the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, he just put you to death. He just put you to death. He ain't sitting around cutting you from limb to limb and enjoying it. He'll send a wave. He'll send a lightning bolt through your ceiling. Just wipe you out and get you over with. Did he toy around with Sodom and Gomorrah? Did he toy around with the flood? Did he toy around when he killed the firstborn of Egypt? He ain't no torture freak. He a man of war. A man of war, just kill you and get it over with. Y'all don't know God. You just know about him. Let's keep reading, man. Revelation 12 and 9. And the great dragon was cast out, that old serpent called the devil and Satan, which deceiveth the whole world. Not just the white man. He deceived the whole, that dragon, that old serpent, Satan, that spirit that was in the garden before Esau was thought of. When Esau was born, wickedness was already in the earth. The whole purpose of Esau is because somebody got to be in position to get Christ to the crucifixion. Somebody got to be in play. You got to have good and you got to have bad. Somebody got to play a role of bringing him in the earth, and somebody got to play a role of helping him fulfill his mission. See, you forgetting the point of why Esau was created. You forgetting the point of why this whole thing is what this whole thing is about. Somebody got to crucify him. Somebody got to play the role of the bad guy. But you think it's just flesh and blood. You think the devil himself, who was in the kingdom of heaven at one point in time, you think he just care about what somebody look like? The devil don't care about no color. You do. He cares about wiping your behind out, and don't care who he got to use to do it. Some of your own brothers is taking you out as fast as the so-called white man. But you enhance the so-called white man's murder rate, and you minimize what your own brothers is doing. Verse number 9, and the great dragon was cast out, that old serpent called the devil and Satan, which deceiveth the whole world. He cast out into the earth, and his angels were cast out with him. Verse number 10. And I heard a loud voice saying in heaven, now is come salvation and strength and the kingdom of our God and the power of his Christ, for the accuser of our brethren is cast down, which accuseth them before God day and night. He deceived the whole world. The whole world is going to be against you. Let's keep reading. We almost finished. Let's see him going to captivity. Let's deal with the captivity. Revelation chapter number 20. And I saw an angel come down from heaven, having a key of the bottomless pit, and a great chain in his hand. He who is Hasatan, the spirit that used all nations to put you into captivity, to deliver you up to be put to death, must go into captivity, must be killed with the sword. See, you're mistaken in thinking the sword is a carnal weapon. But the word is a double-edged sword. It's the word that's going to condemn Hasatan and everybody that's following him. It's the word. This ain't a physical weapon. That's what you're missing. You're forgetting that. Let's keep reading. Verse number 20. And I saw an angel come down from heaven, having a key to the bottom of this pit, and a great chain in his hand. He about to go into captivity. And he laid hold on the dragon. Wait a minute. Lay hold, captivity, delivered up the dragon to be judged, to give into the hand of another, which is the Father, to give over into one's power, which is the Father. I'm reading this out of the concordance of G3860. Or used to give or deliver up one to custody. The devil and everybody that's following him going to be delivered up into custody to the Creator. To be judged, condemned, punished, tormented, and put to death. Come on, man. Can't play with the Most High. All that other philosophy, all that other games and lies, Nah, man. Those days are over. The Most High is raising up his true disciples to teach these scriptures with clarity, to bring understanding to these scriptures. All them personal agendas and personal preferences is out the door. It's out the window. The true believers, the true teachers are standing up. Everybody else coming out the closet. Everybody with they sin coming out the closet. Everybody that's claiming they're in the truth, teaching these false doctrines, coming out the closet. Now it's time. The earth is right. The harvest is ready. And now it's time for the true disciples of the Most High God to stand up, to teach with character and teach with the Spirit. For it is his voice that will draw all men. It is his voice that is going to speak through you. It is his voice that is going to declare the acceptable year of the Lord through you. It's time for the games to stop playing. It's time to step up and step out. At the end of the day, we're going to move with clarity. We're going to move with spirit. And we're going to move to make an impact for the kingdom. While the disciples of the circumcision rise, the disciples of Christ, the followers of the true and living God, shall walk as well. It's time to step up, brothers and sisters. The time is ready. The harvest is ripe. The laborers ain't few no more. The laborers are in preparation. And the laborers have graduated. It's time to ride. It's time to roll. It's time to speak this word. We don't go out looking for trouble. We don't go out seeking conflict. But we go out and we proclaim. And when conflict comes, we defend. You don't see the disciples going out purposely, just trying to cause all kind of problems to gain attention. They were minding their business, doing what was commanded of them. And it was everybody else that was coming against them. So as we proclaim, no matter if it's Hebrews, Christians, comedic science, atheists, while we're out proclaiming, Muslims, we defend. Our proclamation and our defense for the kingdom is what we're about to do. Let's finish up. Verse number 2, Revelation 20. And he laid hold on the dragon, that old serpent, which is called the devil and Satan, and bound him 1,000 years. He that leads into captivity must go into captivity. He that killed you with the sword, saints, must be killed with the sword, which is the word. Now, let's go to verse number 3. And cast him into the bottomless pit, and shut him up, and set a seal upon him, that he should deceive the nations, plural, no more, till the 1,000 years should be fulfilled. And after that, he must be loosed a little season. The judgment is coming. He's in captivity right now. I'm sorry. In these particular passages, in Revelation 20, the angel has just put him in captivity. He ain't killed with the sword yet. But after the 1,000 years, he's going to be killed with the sword, which is the word of God. Let's keep reading. Verse number 4. And I saw thrones. I don't know who told you it was one throne in the kingdom. But the scriptures make it clear it's more than one throne. And I saw thrones, and they sat upon them. They sat upon them. And judgment was given unto them. And I saw the souls of them that were beheaded for the witness of Christ and for the word of God. Here is the patience of the saints. Who he that endures unto the end, the same shall be saved. And which had not worshipped the beast, neither his image, neither have received his mark upon their foreheads or in their hand. And they lived and reigned with Christ 1,000 years. You are worthy now. You've endured unto the end. You were patient. Now you're worthy to reign in the kingdom. And now you're worthy to know his real name. All right, let's keep rolling. Verse 5. But the rest of the dead, the other nations that were deceived, that followed him, that lifted you up, that delivered you up, that put you in captivity. But the rest of the dead live not again until the 1,000 years were finished. Hasatan, Satan himself, the devil, is going to be chained in captivity. Then those who followed him, all races, will be chained in captivity. Let's keep rolling. Until the 1,000 years is up, then they're going to be killed with the sword, because they killed with the sword. This is the resurrection. Blessed and holy is he that hath part in the first resurrection, whoever had patience and who endured unto the end. On such the second death, being killed with the sword, have no power, but they shall be priests of God and of Christ, and shall reign with him 1,000 years. And when the 1,000 years were expired, Satan shall be loosed out of his prison, and shall go out to deceive the nations which are in the four corners of the earth, Gog and Magog, to gather them together to battle, the number of whom is the sand of the sea. So he's going to get all those who followed him, who was put to death in the flesh, who was bound in captivity. Now they're in the spirit, because the spirit, the word, is going to put them to death by the sword. Let's keep reading. Verse 9. And they went up on the breadth of the earth, and compassed the camp of the saints about, and the beloved city. And fire came down from God out of heaven, and devoured them all. He that killed with the sword must be killed with the sword. Keep reading. Verse 10. And the devil that deceived them was cast into the lake of fire. He got killed by the sword. And brimstone, where the beast and the false prophet are, and shall be tormented day and night forever and ever. And I saw a great white throne, and him that sat on it, for whose face the earth and the heaven fled away, and there was found no place for them. And I saw the dead, small and great, stand before God, and the books, plural, was open. And another book, singular, was open, which is the book of life. And the book and the dead were judged out of those things which were written in the books, plural, according to their works, how they lived, Faith without works is dead. Keeping God's commandments is your works. Verse number 13. And the sea gave up the dead which were in it, and the death and death and hell delivered up the dead which were in them, and they were judged every man according to their works. And death and hell were cast into the lake of fire. This is the second death. And whosoever was not found written in the book of life was cast into the lake of fire. Brothers and sisters, that concludes our lesson. I hope you got an understanding of Revelation 13 and 10. Don't buy into this foolishness. Don't buy into it. May the Most High God keep you in good health and in good strength. All praises be the name of our Creator and our Mashiach, our Christ, that redeemed us back to the Father. Brothers and sisters, the Most High God is not playing. Israel, get your act together. Gentiles, keep the commandments. Do what you got to do. Israel, keep God's commandments, make disciples of men, and stay away from things that's not your pay grade. You don't make enough to judge. You're not righteous enough to judge. Do your job. Let God sort them out while you preach them out. Till next time, brothers and sisters, I love all of you with the love of Christ. I thank you for staying up late. I thank you for enduring, through this late night. But as I was getting prepared, the Most High God continued to bring more revelation to me. And so sometimes I know I'm supposed to come on at a certain time, or sometimes I don't give a time. Is because the Most High is dealing with me, and I just want to make sure that I don't hinder him by giving a time, and while he's still speaking. All right. So, brothers and sisters, I thank all of you for joining. Thank all of you for being a part, and we continue to move forward. Do not forget that this coming Saturday, I'll be in Augusta, Georgia. The flyers on the page. I'll be teaching down there with the Truth Tour, and I love all of you with the love of Christ. Shalom to each and every last one of you. I'm definitely excited about what the Lord is doing, man. And I'm definitely going to. Sister Maria, I have not forgotten about you. I definitely will be in contact with you as well. And I'd like to thank all of you definitely for, being a part. If you guys want to, sow for the trip to Augusta, I will put up the PayPal link for you guys. If you guys, I got some other brothers that's going with me. You guys know I don't ask for no money or nothing like that, but we will be traveling down. And if you guys want to sow for us gas and food and stuff like that, I'm going to put the PayPal link up in the Truth Tour page. Or if you guys want to inbox me and you want me to send you the link personally, I can send you the link as well. But we'll be traveling to Augusta, and we'll be going down there, and I'll definitely hit you up as well, Israel, brother. I'll hit you up again. Sister Phyllis, all praise to the Most High God. Definitely, somebody put this link up here. As a matter of fact, I'll put it up for you. It's the PayPal link. So if you guys want to do it, hold on, I'm about to put the link in. If you guys want to make a donation, you can to this coming weekend for gas, travel, and food. We definitely greatly appreciate it. So I put the link up there. If the link isn't right or isn't correct, just inbox me and I'll send you the link directly. But that should be the link right there in the description and in the message box right there. So if you guys want to sow to that, we appreciate it. Again, I'm taking some brothers with me down to Augusta for the class down there for the Truth Tour. And I'd like to thank all of you, and just take this, study this word, man. And whatever you do, man, if you have any hatred in your heart or anything of that nature, man, continue to ask the Most High God to purge you. Make sure he take all of that out of you that is not of him. All right. And again, I pray that you cannot eat without eating from the word of God. For man shall not live by bread alone, but every word that proceedeth out of the mouth of God. I pray that you cannot drink without drinking from the living waters that flows from Christ. Let the light that is within you shine bright outside of you. And don't forget to love one another so that the world may know that we serve the true and living God. Until next time, brothers and sisters, shalom to each and every last one of you. Grace, peace, and many blessings. This was a phenomenal lesson, awesome lesson. Again, I'll be traveling to Augusta this weekend for the Truth Tour, teaching that Christ did not come from Egyptian mythology or Egyptian subscription or writings, nor the Greek writings, but he did not come from Serapis, but he did come from the true and living God. Also, I'll be teaching on the allegory deception, that the Bible is an allegory. So Augusta, we're gonna be getting it in, and I'm excited. The brother invited me down there to teach, and I'll be teaching. I'll be definitely coming back to my city, my hometown of Jacksonville, Florida. I can't wait. I'm trying to schedule something for June. I just left there this past week, and the Most High God is opening up so many doors in my hometown. I've been praying since last year to be there more often, as much as I can, to teach the scriptures and teach the deception, especially when it comes down to defending the faith. We have to get to a place to where we can defend this gospel, not only against those who against the Bible, but we also have to defend the gospel of those who carry the Bible, because there are many out here who do carry the Bible and who are teaching incorrectly. There's those who are scoffers as well as those who are unlearned. But we always, regardless of whoever we're dealing with, we always teach with character. Don't allow people to get you out of your character. The enemy can get you out of your character and get you into arguing with people. Then what end up happening is that'll discredit your name, especially when the Most High is using you to reach people all over the world. He'll do anything he can to get you to discredit your name. If he can get you and pull you into discrediting your name, then he's won. He's gotten you. Okay? But we teach with clarity. We teach with character. And we teach by the Spirit. Until next time, brothers and sisters, I love all of you with the love of Christ. All right? Love all of you, Christians, Hebrews, Gentiles, Israelites, all of you out there who are following, who have the love of Christ in you. I love all of you with the love of Christ. Until next time, brothers and sisters, shalom, shalom, grace, peace, blessings to you all around the world, in every state. Now let me go spend time with my family. All right? I poured into you. Now let me go up there and let me talk with my lovely wife so she can pour into me. All right? Peace and bless to y'all. The link is right there, man, if you guys want to help out with the travel and the food. All right? I love all of you. Grace to you.